Welcome back to another Pokemon Falling Friday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Friday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. And we do also cover the big Pokemon news that cards are set to get revealed. And we are going to do a little giveaway today. We're doing a giveaway for every video for all of December. This is what we're giving away. Pretty nice Pikachu World Championship card, the Mega Charizard X, and a nice illustration from our promo. All you have to do is make sure you subscribe. You got to hit that notification bell. You got to hit that like, and then you have to answer the question of the day. So for today's question, if we got a new evolution, which one would you pick? And you cannot pick Dragon. Everybody picks Dragon. So I want to see something else. And by the way, the Mega Charizard UPC has not been claimed yet, so definitely go check out my last Market Monday where I announced the winner. And if it does not get claimed this week, I will just try giving it away again next week. So definitely check that out. And then two, that was actually donated by the Trade Post Expo. This is a big holiday show in Tinley Park, Illinois. I will be there vending this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Universe will also be there. It is free to get in. The parking's super, super nice. And it's actually sponsored by Goat Armor and Collectr. And Collectr is today's sponsor for this video. So definitely go download Collectr if you guys have not. I promise you will get addicted by adding all your cards to the collection, and all your sealed products. And they're always trying to improve too. They added 3 brand new features and they have like 10 more coming. And they actually have a ton of crazy stuff coming for 2026. Just make sure you follow them on their socials because they do so many giveaways also. I'll have all the links in the description. And then also, if you're going to grade through PSA for your first time, click my link in the description, use the code BEARD25, and you'll receive $25 off your very first submission, which is basically a free graded card. And then the binder bound t-shirt and hoodie. I think we just ran out of medium hoodies, so there's not a ton left of either of these. I think like 50 of each. So definitely check that out because once they're gone forever. All right, let's get into it. We got PokeBeard here. We got a ton new of the secret rares from the Start Deck 100 Battle Collection, so these should be in our Ascended Hero set. Some very, very nice illustration rares. I'm excited. We got Scorbunny that looks super sick. Weavile looks crazy. The Banette is also insane. I was very excited we got a Hitmontop. I don't love the art style. I still do like the card because Hitmontop is one of my favorite Pokemon. But still, I was hoping for a more realistic, tough style. But the Mighty Anna here, I think this is one of the best illustration rares in the entire set. That thing just pops. But a ton of very, very nice cards for sure. Now, I've seen a lot of people kind of upset about the new SARs, and they don't really like these new Megas, which is understandable. They're pretty new still. I like Mega Meganium a ton. Mega Emboar, he's pretty solid also. I don't really love the card, though. And Mega Feraligatr, that one is still a little weird to me. It's definitely going to take me a while to get used to that one for sure. But the art style, I don't know. I got to see these in person still. And then we got another Lily's Clefairy, which, to be honest, is kind of crazy. And then we have the Mega Charizard Y Gold card, and then the Pikachu EX, which we've seen last week. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of these cards. All right, let's get into it. We got the Battle Styles Booster Box. This got up to about $290. Now last sold $227, $215, and $220. Next, we have the Silver Tempest Booster Box. This got up to about $500. Now last sold $410, $412, $380, $399. And then we have Astral Radiance also got up to about $410. Now last sold $381, $388, $375, one at $399. Next, Destin Rivals Booster Box. So this was at $380, got up to about $415. Now last sold $360, $409, $346, $400, $400. Let's see what we can get this shipped for right now. So from a new seller, we can get it shipped for $365, and from a legit seller, it's going to be about $407. So quite the difference for sure. Next, we have the Mega Evolution Enhanced Booster Box. This was at $331 for its high. Now last sold $225, $229, and $220. Next, we have Temporal Forces Booster Box. It's got up to $282. Now last sold $265, $244, $228. That looks like that was the low. And we have Phantasmal Flames taking a big ol' hit. This was at $341. Now last sold $205, $205, $213. A ton of them at about $213. We can get it shipped right now from a legit seller for $215. So from a new seller, we can get it for about $195 if you want to take the chance. All right, next we have the Crown Zenith Elite Trainer Box Plus. Got up to $450. Now last sold $410, $386. Most of them were at $380. Next, we have the Surging Sparks ETB. This thing just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Now last sold all at about $67. And that's pretty good. Surging Sparks is a very, very solid set. Next, we have the Phantasmal Flames ETB. Was at $175. Now all last sold $77, down to about $73. Next, Twilight Masquerade ETB. All last sold now right around $60 to about $64. So we even have one sale at $56. Next, Fusion Strike ETB. This box also goes up and down. Was at $234, went down to $205, back up to $235. Now last sold $225, $215, $222. Next, we have the Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETB. Got up to $384. Now last sold $295, $299, $290, $285, $307. And then we have the Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETB. This thing also got down to about $185, back up to about $240. And now last sold $175, $175, $185. So not terrible. Next, Surging Sparks got up to $300. Now last sold $187, $191, $215. That is a pretty big drop. Next, we have the Evolving Skies Pokemon Center ETB, just coming down in price, literally just a little bit. Last sold $700, $700, and that's basically it for any new sales because this box does not sell very often. Before that, it was at about $780 to about $900. Next, the Mega Charizard X UPC, still slowly falling. All last sold is $148, which MSRP is technically $120. So that's getting very, very close. And the promos are very good too. We're going to be checking those promos here in a minute. Next, we have the Team Rockets UPC. Definitely starting to level out, but all last sold $180 to about $183. We got a couple low sales at $173. Next, we have the Seismitoad illustration rare. This got up to $221. Now last sold $136, $135, $148. I genuinely feel like this is going to be a $70, $80 card. Next, we have the Misty Psyduck. Bounced back a little bit and then went right back down in price. All last sold right around $45. Next, the Team Rockets Meowth is below $20 now. Last sold $20, $21, $19, $19, $18, $17. Next, the Cleffa going back down. This got up to about $27. Now last sold $16, $21, $15. Honestly, a lot of the illustration rares are holding pretty strong to where, I mean, there's some of them that are down like a buck or two, but none of them are really crashing. Next, we have the Meowth from Phantasmal Flames. This was at $52. Now last sold $14, $13. So this is technically a crash, but this card just came out. So this is from our newest set, Phantasmal. Yeah, about a $13, $14 card. This is a beautiful illustration rare. Probably the best Meowth we've ever gotten, in my opinion. Next, we are checking out some SIRs. Here's the Team Rockets Crobat EX. Was at 100 for a while. Now last sold 60, 63, 65, 70. I actually really enjoy this card, especially in person. It really pops. And I love how, there's so many Zubats and Golbats and Crobats everywhere. And that's how it is when you play the game. If you're walking through a cave, it's like every couple feet you're running into these things. So I kind of like that they did that. Next, we have the Salamence EX SIR. Now last sold 67, 60, 73. So finally got some sales in the 60s. Next, the Blastoise EX. Got up to 83 on that last little bounce up. Now last sold 70, 65. Pretty much all at 70. Next, the Venusaur EX. Now last sold 70, 74, 75. One random super high sale at 102 and 83. Next, the Jolteon EX from Prismatic. This is the cheapest this card has ever been. Now last sold 140, 149, 150, 156. We got to about 145, 150 before, but we really did not have any sales in the 130s that I can remember. Next, we have Cynthia's Garchomp EX. All last sold now is below 200. We got 195, 190, 180. One low sale at 160. Next, we have the Mega Gardevoir EX from Mega Evolution. Now last sold 190, 199, 193, and the Mega Lucario is right around 180, kind of leveled out. So they're basically the same price now. Next, we have the Pikachu EX from Surging Sparks. This got up to 350. Now last sold 270, 270, 307, 268. And this did get down to about 250 before. So getting really close to that price. Next, we have the Mewtwo from Destin. This got up to $583. Now last sold 400, 395, 390, 425. Next, we have the Mega Charizard X SIR. So this leveled out around $590, but now it's dropping again. We got sales at 420, 453, 437, 475. We can get it shipped right now from a pretty brand new seller for about 440, and then from a decent seller about $450. And I have a feeling this might drop a hair more after Christmas, because I really feel like a lot of people are holding on to their Phantasmal Flames for Christmas presents. There's so many people out there right now that are just looking for the newest set, to give their kid, or even just open up for fun on Christmas. So I think we'll have another wave of these coming out right after Christmas. And then I think it'll level out for a little bit. And then I don't know what's going to happen to this card. I have a feeling this card is going to be heavily manipulated, and I have a feeling it's going to always be going up and down, because it's just such a popular card. I still have not picked mine up yet. I've been looking, for super clean ones, but everyone that I've seen has just been crazy off-centered, which sucks. Next, we have the Bubble Mew EX. Got up to $700. Now last sold $470. We got one at $450, but it says it has one little nick in it. Otherwise, $496. We got a PSA 9 at $550, $470. Bunch of sales in the 400s. Next, the Umbreon EX. It's got up to $1,200. Now last sold $134, $169, $148. So getting very close to being below $1,000. We can technically get it shipped for $995 from someone that has 102 sales, and someone else right here for $975. So yeah, we can get it now for under $1,000. Next, we have the Gold Mega Charizard X. Last sold for this one now is $365, $397, $400, $350. I also have a feeling this card could make a crazy bounce back too, because this card is actually somewhat tough to pull compared to the other Charizard. Next, we have the Gold Mega Lucario EX. Last sold for this one, $381, $320, $320. I definitely have a feeling these cards will be $200-something cards, maybe even less one day. Next, we have the Mega Gardevoir. This was at $610. Now last sold $276, $355, $270, $274. So we already got sales in the 200s for the Mega Gardevoir. So yeah, if I had to guess, I think they'll honestly settle at about $150. That would be my guess. Next, we have the Black Zekrom EX. It's got up to $478. Now last sold $395, $368, $425, and $350. Next, we have the Red Victini from Black Bolt. This got up to $500. Now last sold $370, $370, $420, $430. Next, we have the other Red Victini from White Flare. This got up to $430. Now last sold $390, $396, $395. Next, we have the White Reshiram. This got up to $380. Now last sold $360, $344, $330. So these guys are still holding pretty good value, especially compared to the golds. Next, we got some Sword and Shield alternate arts. The Leafeon V got up to about $140. Now that sold $120, $108. The Glaceon is now below $100, so Leafeon will probably be down there also. Next, we have the Sleepy T-Tar. Got up to $300. Now that sold $175, $199, $217. That is quite the drop, and probably a decent time to pick up that card right now. Next, we have the Umbreon V. Got up to $687. I still can't believe that. Now that sold $404, $395, $350, $420. Next, we have the Umbreon VMAX. It's got up to $2,300. Now that sold $19. Someone got 3 of them at $1,850, but most of the sales are at about $1,900. Looks like the low is $1,745, and it even has a picture that says good centering. Next, we have the EVEX promo from the SPC that I don't ever hear anybody ever talk about. This was a $50 card. Now last sold $20, $19, $17, 4 of them at $19.50. But I am keeping my eye out on all these. Anytime we get an actual like SIR as a promo, I'm watching them like a hawk. Just like I did with the Pink Mew EX from 151. That card is still just amazing. And I still think it's better than the Bubble Mew. Next, we have the Oricorio EX, another special illustration or promo done by Shinji Kanda. This was $30. Now that sold $14, $13, and $15. Next, we have the Mega Charizard X Attack Rare. Last sold for this. Someone got 10 of them at $43, $39, $41. Next, we have the Team Rockets Moltres EX promo from the UPC. This is at $146. Now that sold $50, $48, $53. This is one that I really hope gets cheap because I absolutely love the art. So I'd love to pick up a ton of these. Just imagine a full page of this card. Be beautiful. Next, we have the Charizard VMAX promo. So this was at 60, went down to 34, back up to 42. Now last sold 31, 29, 35, 33. Next, we have the special delivery Charizard promo. This got up to 142. Now last sold 115. Someone got 10 of them at 120. Looks like the low is $104. And then we have the Pikachu with gray felt hat promo. Got up to 650. Now last sold 450 sealed, 456, 455. Pretty much all at 450. All right, then we're going to end on PokeData, just checking out a couple Charizard PSA 10 cards. So here's the Charizard from 151. This got up to $1,392. Now last sold $939 and $890. So this card is a little tough to grade. There's 24,000 10s, but there's 39,000 9s and 13,000 8s. But I mean, 24,000 10s, that's a decent amount. Next, we have the Mega Charizard SIR. We do not know the pop yet because the card just came out. We had sales at over $5,000 in a 10. Now that sold $1,925, $1,950. And then last on the list, we have the Gold Mega Charizard X. So last sold in a 10, $2,750. So worth more than the SIR in a 10, but raw, the SIR is worth more just because there's going to be way less of these in a PSA 10 on the market. So it's kind of slim pickings. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Falling Friday. If you guys want to be entered into that giveaway, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. You got to hit that like, and then you got to answer the question of the day. And if you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. And then also, if you guys did not know, I've been posting basically a vending short every single day on all my socials. So definitely check those out. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where we checked out the best Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon Pokemon cards in Pokemon history, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.